Breaking development news. Tired Hands Brewery is expanding to Newtown Square. I've got all the details next. Exciting news for residents of Newtown Square and northern Delaware County and even Chester County. The Tired Hands Brewery, which you've probably heard of, they started out in Ardmore with their Brew Cafe, expanded to the Fermentaria. They are opening a 15-acre beer park in Newtown Square, and they haven't released the location yet due to some excellent investigating by myself and just working down the street from there and going to my office every day. What we found is that it looks like it's going to be located at 4901 West Chester Pike in Newtown Square, right where the Flight on Ice skating rink was during the winter months. So if you know where the Starbucks is and PJ Wheelahands and the Giant, it's just west of there in that open parking lot where there's a beautiful open space behind it, which is very, very cool. So this is opening, we don't know when yet. And if you don't know Tired Hands, they're famous for their Belgian and French farmhouse ales as well as their milkshake IPAs. They actually were a 2016 James Beard nominee for their milkshake IPAs. And from living within blocks of their original locations, there were lines that went literally down the street when they would release a new beer. And these guys and gals that work there are total artists. You're talking about key lime milkshake IPAs, strawberry milkshake IPAs, the fuzzy IPA that they have, which is a cucumber sort of beer. They have all sorts of stuff. I can't even get into it here, and it is very flavorful, great beer, and that's demonstrated by the lines that they have. So this is really exciting news, especially for that part of the West Chester Pike corridor, that Route 3 corridor, because it's a little bit of a dead area. You get into Newtown Square right by 252 and Route 3, and obviously you have a lot of shopping there. They recently built Fire Point and put the Whole Foods in not too far from there, and anytime there's a Whole Foods that goes into a local marketplace, that's a spot you want to invest in and maybe even think about buying property in, because Whole Foods, it shows the investment being made in the local municipality, in the local neighborhood. And that was the first piece of development. Now you have Ellis Preserve, which is just east of 252. They're starting to develop that stretch of West Chester Pike as well. And now you have this happening a little further down, closer towards West Chester. And this is going to do a couple things for the area. One, it gives it another spot for people to go, relax, have some R&R, grab a bite to eat. Tired Hands is looking to partner with local food trucks as well to feed the people. Apparently they're going to be serving beer out of a log cabin, and I did see a log cabin on the site. The reason I was able to identify this, by the way, is you cannot miss the artwork from Tired Hands. If you've been to the Fermentaria or to the Brew Cafe, I know they have a general store down in Kennett Square, and they've got another location up in the Fishtown, Port Richmond area, Northern Liberties, that part of the city. What you see is some very distinct artwork, and that's what I saw when I saw their trailer out there, having been to the Fermentaria and the Brew Cafe a number of times. So, great location, but it's going to do a couple things for the local neighborhood and the local municipality. One, it's going to bring some jobs. The reason that this news broke is because they're looking for people that want to work there at this beer park that they're developing and about to open up. So that's obviously very exciting, because anytime there's more jobs that come to an area, it's going to create more people coming to that area. There's more commerce. There's more folks that think about moving to those areas. So it's going to be great for Newtown Square, great for that part of Delaware County. That's number one. Number two, it's going to continue to spur development along Route 3. The old Edgemont Golf Course is now a Ventry job, for example. We've seen that there's more businesses, PJ Wheelahands coming in to take that spot in that shopping center adjacent there, the giant grocery store that's there. Obviously, the Regal movie theater has been there a very long time, and you see what Ellis Preserve is doing, and Whole Foods, and Fire Point, and all these other businesses. Mod Pizza's there. You have a Chipotle in that same shopping center. You're seeing businesses come to the market here and come to the local area that are a great sign for people that live there, and it's going to attract more people to want to move there. So that's a big plus. And on top of that, you have more folks that are going to want to stay local, not spend their money in other places. That brings in more tax revenue for these neighborhoods. maybe we'll see some more development that happens, and hopefully some stuff at medium price points that will encourage more affordable housing. So this sort of move by Tired Hands, it has a very big impact on the local economy, which gets me excited because we've got a lot of clients that live there. We have a lot of people on our team that live there. We're part of this community. It's only a couple minutes away from where our office is located. So this is a great, great thing in a lot of ways. And when you see what the general store did in Kennett Square, brought a lot more commerce to Kennett Square. Kennett Square is now this robust sort of downtown, which 10, 15 years ago wasn't the case. I mean, I used to run cross country and track meets through there, and it was not this sort of vibrant area. You look at what happened in Ardmore with the Fermentaria and the Brew Cafe, and that really spurred a lot of other local businesses coming to Ardmore. And having lived in Ardmore myself and been there a very long time, and now having, living only a couple minutes away, it's dramatically different than it was 10, 12, 13 years ago because of places like Tired Hands coming to the community. So this may not seem like a big deal. I know what happens when Whole Foods and microbreweries and well-known businesses like this plant their flag. This is great news for Newtown Square, great news for Delaware County, and great news for all the people that live in the local community.